So it's 8:17 on the 17th. It was weird too because I was just went to look, and it switched to 8:17 when I was looking at it, because I thought, I wonder if it'll be the same as the date, and then it switched right to it, which is strange because I feel like I'm in hell and I am being under I've got a partner. I'm under some kind of demon fucking attack or something. I swear to God. I feel so crappy. Is it weird too? Because yesterday when I got up, well, my body was hurting before, especially my one ankle. It was like it wouldn't move right. And then I was having these electrical things shoot through my body, and then it was like all of a sudden it would hit into your finger and you couldn't move your finger, and it was hurting really bad, and it's like been shooting all over the place. And so then yesterday my brother came and put the stairs up, so so some of the time I was in here, but some of the time I went out there and was helping him do stuff, and because it was really cold out there for a while. And then when I went out there, and he was getting close to being done, then I moved all my stuff. So I did that all by myself, moved all my stuff up there. So now I have a big giant closet. It's like a big dressing room. It is probably the biggest closet I've ever had. But anyways, so I got all my clothes, my dressers, everything up there situated. I have a shoe rack. They won't even cover all my shoes. But I'm going to build that probably today. But anyways, even though I was feeling like crap, once I was going and stuff, and after a while my ankle, damn it, see how dark it is. I'm telling you. Oh God. See how much darker it is when I don't have the light. Makes it so much darker. I need to get a clip-on one or something. This is just like, this has been, I don't know. I'm so freaking burnt out. I can't even tell you how burnt out I am. It's like beyond burnt out. It's like, fuck, man. So I went and pushed myself and got all that done. I couldn't believe it. I moved up. One of my dressers is this big, heavy wood one that was made in Mexico. It's really heavy. Had to go up a million times, taking drawers, taking clothes, taking all this stuff, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But anyways, I got all that done. And then got all my stuff moved around down there, out there. So I got it all moved around and everything. And then I felt like I was feeling pretty good, like, I don't know, emotionally. And then I, by the time I came in here to go to bed, because we were up pretty late doing all this stuff, and I guess it is daylight savings time here. It's so weird because I heard we don't do daylight savings time here, but then my car didn't match my phone. I was like, I am so confused, man. So anyways, then I was trying to get the TV to come on, and I had unplugged the thing so he could plug something into the extension cord, and but everything was working. My satellite was working, my Wi-Fi is working on my phone and stuff, but it wouldn't go into the smart TV thing. So I was trying to do it, and it just it kept saying it wasn't the right password or some bullshit. I don't know, it wasn't working. I put it in a billion times, and I was getting so frustrated. I went out and reset my thing again. I turned the TV off a couple times to see if it needed to like redo itself or whatever, because I wanted to get my ocean waves on, and couldn't ever get it to work. So I finally just turned it off and thought, well, I'll mess with it today and try and figure it out. And so hopefully with it being off, it's going to kind of reboot itself or something, and it will go on and be fine then when I start doing it. But But then I just turned on the bathroom fan and I had that going for my white noise because I have to have a white noise. And then it was like as soon as I started going to sleep, it started again, like where everything just felt like super weird. And so I was not sleeping good at all. It was horrible. But Ruthie didn't have to go out at all. So whatever. When I cleaned up poop yesterday, there's one of them that is having it's I guess it's Max having some kind of mucusy looking. I don't know. It's kind of funky looking poop. But it could be like one of her little small ones when she's not feeling good. But I keep on thinking, surely it's got to be something with her period. Because it just keeps getting more. Every time I think, oh, it's got to be stopping by now. Nope. She starts bleeding more, Miss Fertile Myrtle there. So, anyways, Stella woke up a couple times and just got medicine. And then just went back to sleep. And Max, though, he was up in the middle of the night in a lot of pain. And I was trying to get him to take medicine. He wouldn't take it. Stella is not feeling good today. She got up, she ate her food, and then she puked it all back out while I was in here. And then she was at the door trying to come in, but I was right in the middle of washing potatoes. And so I wanted to finish what I was doing, just like in my dream. Only she wasn't being strangled. So then I go and I open it and I see friggin' Ruthie over there just chowing down on something. Like, what is that? Huge, all of Stella's food is out on the thing. And I know it was Stella's. I'm sure it wasn't Ruthie's, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe Ruthie was eating her own food back, and I keep thinking it was Stella's because I wasn't there and witnessed it, but I think it was Stella's because she was seeming like she didn't feel good. And so I brought her in here. Ruthie's not acting like she's sick at all. She's just all over the place. But, I mean, like last week or the week before, she got up there and ate a cheese stick. And I was trying to check in the poop and make sure I saw the plastic come back out. And one of the days I thought I did, and it was so windy and so cold, it was hard to be out there going to do a thorough examination. So I just dumped all the poop in there in the bucket. And then, and I was like, surely that was it. Surely. I mean, she's not showing any signs of a stomach ache or anything. But I don't know. Maybe it was her own puke. I saw some medicine in there. And then I thought, oh, that's Stella's medicine. It's definitely got to be Stella's. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But that stressed me out. Everything that Stella does that is not feeling good, it really stresses me out. And I have no idea. I mean, my attachment to her is not healthy. It really shows my mental illness. So, I get so stressed. Like I have been so freaked out before. Like, and I've called my daughter crying. Like, oh my God, I think she's gonna die. It's like, oh, I keep trying to prepare myself. I'm trying to prepare myself. But then as soon as something happens, it's like I feel like I'm gonna shut down. And so she's not feeling well. Ruthie is freaking bleeding like a sieve. Then Archie, he is a grump, man. Every time Ruthie comes near him, he keeps getting really mad. So he's sitting up here. I'm protecting him, I guess, from anybody bothering him. And they're all tired, too. I am so tired, and I have such a bad headache. I cannot believe. I had to break down and take some Tylenol and Benadryl. I took a Benadryl because I was like, well, maybe it has something to do with allergies, too. Is it my pillow? Am I not sleeping right? I have no idea, man. It is such fuckery. My whole body hurts. I'm having a hard time even like moving around. You know, it's like, okay, it's probably moving all that furniture, going up and down those stairs 100 times. Which I should just go out and use those stairs as exercise. Just go up and down them 100 times every day. I'm feeling fat too. I just feel like I just don't feel good at all. I feel like shit. So I'm just feeling like fat and bloated and just So still come over here or go on your bed. Ruthie always has to lay up against somebody. She's not happy unless she's touching somebody. But then so Max was up in the middle of the night. he kept crying, and he was going from bed to bed. He was like, maybe if I lay over here, I'll feel better. Maybe if I lay over here. So I tried to give him medicine. He was like, gets pissed. So I put some on his paw so he would lick it off. He was getting mad about that. But I think I got enough that he calmed down and went to sleep. And my sleep was fucked, and I was having nightmares every time I would go to sleep anyways. And then this morning I gave him medicine, so I don't know. I don't know if he's getting worse. I don't know if he just needs pain meds. I mean, Stell's been on pain meds for goddamn 8 years or something. So I have no idea at this point. I'm just like spent. I'm so fucking burnt out, man. I swear to God. I don't even, like, it's so crazy too, because I've spent so much time working on myself and stuff and thinking like that I would, I don't know. I just was not thinking some of this stuff would have such a heavy effect on me. It's like, ah, dang, man. I don't know how people are, I think some people just don't even, I honestly, I don't know. I can't figure. And even on the Schumann thing, now you have people stealing people's information and posting it on the wrong days and stuff. So then it's like, hell, I don't know what's going on the planet. I know over by Ohio this morning, it was a huge area too. As they're talking about on Facebook, apparently. There was a huge loud boom, and everybody could feel their house shake. So everybody was freaking out, going on Facebook to see what was up. And so everybody was saying that, did you feel that? Did you feel that all over? Still, you're going to have to get up. I can't pick you up, honey. You're going to have to just move. Get up and move. Oh, my God. Honey, you got to get up and move. I can't do it for you. I know you're frustrated. I know you're upset. Well, what am I supposed to do? Okay, well, I can't do anything. Just step down inside your bed. Her bed's right next to my bed. It's like a step over. Her bed's about the same size as my bed, too. It's not quite, but it's huge. This is our bedroom, and I have a chair. Otherwise, it's a bedroom. The bedroom of the doghouse. That's what I feel like. But anyways, so this big boom happened, and now the news is reporting there was a meteor that flew past them. So people are like, what? What's happening? Oh my God, just a second. I gotta hold on. There you go. Oh my God. So, anyways, so I don't know. I don't think it was a meteor personally. I would say, I mean, it could be, I don't know how close it is to the Madrid fault line. It could be some kind of a settling with the tectonic plates over there. Because supposedly they're supposed to have a great big giant earthquake. And there's some of these people who follow all this stuff saying it's going to start there. And when that shift happens, that it's going to ricochet and it's going to start the whole thing going down California. And it probably will start like up, I don't know, by Vancouver or something in Canada, and then go down the coastline. So we'll have to see. It's so crazy too, because when my brother was here yesterday, I swear to God, I think sometimes he just likes to not like argue, but debate. Like I don't know, because when we were at dinner, him and my daughter were just going back and forth. They each had their own opinion and just bouncing back and forth, arguing with each other, and but so yesterday he started saying this stuff to me, like, when am I going to give up on all of this stuff that I say? That it's not going to happen. Why do I keep saying it? And it's like, because it is going to happen. He's like, yeah, but what if it doesn't? I'm like, well, what if it does? And But he's like, yeah, but you said blah, blah, blah was going to happen. Like I told him the earthquake was going to happen, to be careful and all that stuff. And he's like, and it didn't happen. He's like, all these people, they think because it doesn't happen on this one time that, oh, well, it's not going to happen. He said, yeah, well, you know, if you say something's going to happen, then it happens 100 years later. You can't sit there and say, well, I told you. It's like, no, it's not going to happen 100 years from now. It's going to happen soon. Hold on. Did you get it? Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, just a minute. As soon as she stops drinking that water, Mac's gonna zippity-doo-dah day right on in there. Start drinking out of that bowl. Wreck that whole thing of water. Yep, he's already up. Stretching, getting ready, like, okay, as soon as you're done, I'm tapping in. It's like, motherfucker. So, he's got his own bowl. I've been trying to keep his own bowl because his is so full of funk. Whatever's going on with him, I don't freaking know. Oh, he's just standing in front of his bowl, but keeps looking at her bowl. I'm like, okay, as soon as she stops. It's like, dude. And I don't know what he does. It's just like laps at it and just turns it all into foamy saliva. It's really gross. So I'm trying to pour it out because I have to clean the water things constantly. It's like this slime comes out. It's really gross. Okay, now here she comes. There he goes. Turns and runs over to hers immediately. Knew it. It's like, now he'll drink in there for a half hour probably. Let's see. 17:10. Let's see when he stops. Okay, you're gonna have to just lay down, honey. And everything, every move I make, every word I speak, my head is just throbbing. So, anyways, I don't know what would cause the big ruckus over there, but there's gonna keep being shit. I mean, it could be BOMB. It could be something under the ground of, you know, the TUNNELs. Oh yeah, that same kid. There was another thing on my TikTok this morning. I had to take that whole thing off and start over again because it wasn't nothing was coming up of, you know, like, share, nothing. And I have no idea what that's all about. But anyway, so I couldn't get back to that video that he had done. Well, I probably could if I went and did a bunch of work, but I had heard enough anyways. But he was saying that the day after Charlie, so he's really got it. He's really ripping one on Erica. So the day after Charlie, so that was on September 10th. The next day she went shopping, spent $1,000 at a store called Aloe. And he said, you know, it would be fine, I guess, if you were out shopping for clothes for a week or something. No, it's all workout clothes. It's like, I don't even know. I mean, it's everything is so ridiculous. I just can't even get over it sometimes. So yeah, she went on the shopping spree the next day. She's so sad. She got some workout clothes. She's gonna start looking good for the next guy. So, I don't know, for JD or something. I don't know. Which, you know, when about a lot of these people who think, you know, we think they're human or something. So at the Oscars, somebody was just showing a video of Conan. So Conan was the host, and so I guess it was the Oscars this weekend. Was one of the, but I think they just did golden. I don't know, but the Oscars, and Conan was the host, and so he was up there talking, and then the video I saw was like, oh my God, watch his eyes, and they totally turn. It's so creepy. And so his eyes are just looking normal, and he says something, and then they kind of roll up and then come back, and they're the yellow slit eyes, and then they roll back and back into his again. And And I was thinking, how many of these people do they just take over them? Like if Conan was a real person and then who had a following and stuff, so then they got rid of him and then they replaced him with a reptilian or something. I don't know, man. Was he always? It's just like so weird. And I'm like so anxious for them to start spilling the truth on stuff. This place is exhausting. And all of the stuff, man. Even with my brother yesterday when he was sitting there, kept saying stuff, and I don't know, kind of just like, the little laughing at you, a little chuckle, like, yeah, you're so crazy. And then in my heart and soul, like, there's certain things that I just know are going to happen. My soul tells me. It's not like I'm just thinking them. It's like my soul tells me, and when I try and shift off of it, my soul won't let me. And so it is, but if you try and tell someone that, try and tell your soul's telling you, it's like you're completely insane. And he was telling me even, I said something about the aliens, and I said, all the people, because he was one of them. We got in some arguments because after 2016, I kept saying that the bunch of big stuff was going to happen. I can't remember everything I was saying because I was much deeper in my brain injury. But I was saying something about, and I told lots of people. I even said, because I talked about it before, I went to lunch with a nurse friend of mine, and I started talking about it there, and she thought I was completely insane and never spoke to me again. I've told the girl who was doing my facial, I'm telling everybody that I kept saying the aliens are going to come. They're going to come and help us. I don't remember if I was saying don't be scared of them or whatever. Like all this big stuff is going to start happening. And look at how long it's taken. Because that was like 2016, 2017. I was saying all that stuff. And now look how long it's taken. And it still is happening. And so I said something to my brother about the aliens. And he said, yeah, but the aliens aren't real. And I said, well, they're putting it all on the news. He's like, yeah, but that's not real. They're not real. They're not real. It's impossible. And I said, well, there's no space. And then he laughed at me again. And because space is, I just saw somebody talking about it too with the other map, with all the land masses and the extraterrestrials. So the land's outside of the ice wall, and the extraterrestrials are the people outside of the ice wall. And that the space is all out. It's not up. And he was going through a whole explanation. Well, I've been saying that stuff for a long time. And so to me, it's like a confirmation stuff. But, there's so many people who just don't hear it. They don't believe it. You try and say it. It's like, it sounds like hogwash. And so to me, we're already going. And even on the money thing, he's like, because he's building those stairs and everything. And I said something. I said a few things, and he said, and that may be why he had said, about this financial crash that I think is going to happen. It's apparently not happening. And I said, yeah, but it is happening. You can see there's all sorts of stuff happening. He's like, no, there's not anything. It's not going to happen. And I'm like, yes, it is going to happen. He's like, yeah, but what if it doesn't? When are you going to give up on this? It's like, it's happening though. We're in it. It's happening. You just don't see it. And so anyways, there's lots of, he's still drinking. So that was 17 minutes. Now it's 20, almost 25. It's almost at the 25, 24, 21. So, because I'm curious how long it, because a lot of times it seems like it's a goddamn half hour. So anyways, he doesn't, lots of people don't see it coming. And for those of us who've been saying it, they think, oh, well, it's about to happen. And then, so when it doesn't, then the people are like, see, nothing's going to happen. It's going to be like this for forever. So everything's going to be the same. And And I don't know. I mean, yesterday I was just feeling beat down. Like, maybe it's not going to happen. And then when I would try and do that, my soul was like, you don't just shift like that. You don't just listen to it. Believe what you believe. And maybe it's not going to happen for some people. I don't know. But I believe that the financial thing is going to collapse. I think we're in the process of it. I think that the med beds, if they are going to have these ones that they've rolled out that you have to go in a bunch of times, I would say that those ones would be for people who are low vibration, who've got, because there's lots of people who are not at higher vibration because they're really stuck in this three-dimensional concept of this world. And that doesn't mean they still don't need, medical. But these people who are charging like $1,500 to go in to these med beds, that's the med beds that we're waiting on are free. It's like a part of the switching back and giving back to the people because of all of the things that have been taken from us. So it's supposed to go back into switching so that the stuff is free. So, and it's weird because they're putting a lot of money into these. I mean, these are fancy beds, spin and do all sorts of stuff. And so I was thinking maybe it's going to be that those ones would be for if you're not ready to go into the other ones, like you have to prepare, and there's going to be grants because there's no freaking way they're going to be charging. They made us sick and then they're going to charge us to try and get healthy. No, I don't see it. It's like we're going through all of this stuff right now. And we're supposed to be... Okay, stopping. No, he's back. Then we are supposed to go through all this stuff to learn and grow from it. But then when things flip, it should be... There's going to be some type of abundance in all of our lives. So some kind of the world giving back to us. The energy we've been putting out is going to come back to us. And then about our health and stuff, which this eye cancer thing is like been going crazy too. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to put horse paste on it again today. But man, it's been going crazy. Then, but the things that they've done to us are supposed to be, we're going to be like, repaid, like it's going to get fixed. So they're not really charging us. That's what we're getting away from, this enslavement. I mean, how many hours did you have to work to try and save yourself to go into a bed for a freaking hour or whatever, a couple hours for $1,500 or something? It's not like these things are $25. I already checked. The one of them, when they had said, oh, the med beds are out, here's the phone number, and or the email, so I messaged them. I talked about this was months ago. And they said, look, $1,500. So so it just seems weird because they're putting so much money into that. But yeah, as far as what I can see, it is that these things are going to be coming back to us. Okay, finished. 28:36, so almost 10 minutes. But he's staying right next to him. He's going to get back up and go again. He's going to go second round. He's just got to try and swallow the first one, I guess, because he'll sit there and smack his lips and throw his head around for a bit, trying to get his throat to work, I think. So, which, I don't know. I don't know if his last day is coming. I don't know if Stella's last day is coming. Now I'm questioning even whose puke it was. It certainly seemed like it was Stella's. And Ruthie had jumped over there to just eat it up because Stella sure the hell wasn't over there trying to eat it. Max has done that a bunch of times. Before he would puke his food out, he would do several pukes, and then he'd run over and try and eat it and get really mad. And Archie would be over there trying to eat it, and they'd get mad at me if I'd be trying to clean it up, and I'm trying to clean it up as fast as I can. But nobody, at this point, the little dogs don't really mess with Ruthie. If she comes over and tries to eat something, they just give it up. Archie gave up his treat yesterday. He's like, okay, it's not that important. Take it, bitch. So, anyways, keep the the tempo without it being too violent here. Just to surrender. So, anyways, but it is weird that they're putting all that money into it if it's not going to be something of our future. But I don't know what it's going to be. If it's going to be like, every once in a while you go in to get a retune, or if it's just going to be a part of the reveal of the corporations trying to swoop in and make money off of us real quick beforehand. I just have no idea what it's all about. But I still say that the ones that we're waiting on are going to be free. If these ones were all free, I said go get your appointment. Go take, see what you can get out of it. Even though it's not going to do all the stuff. I mean, it's so clear. Even the lady who was getting the treatment for the nearsightedness, it hadn't fixed her eyes yet. How many times you got to go in just to fix your nearsightedness? And this one lady with a bald head and her teeth are all gone and whatever all her issues were, and a missing ovary and all that, which I'm missing way more than one ovary. But all that, itching, and all of that stuff is, it didn't even repair anything. And the ones that are what we're waiting for, yeah, you're supposed to grow limbs back, grow back organs, grow back teeth, grow back everything. So, yeah, I don't know. That's weird. So, I don't know how that's going to play out. There was, I just saw this clip of somebody showing that Donald had said, about Gavin and, was being, as the president. And, in which they all jump on like, oh my God, look at, he's got dementia or something. He's so crazy. Somebody needs to lock him up. But to me, it was just so he could say, new scum. I swear to God, he just wanted to call him a new scum and talk about all of his disorders. And he's got to get attention on this stuff. So he's got to say something that's kooky. And so people will listen. But they don't listen to the part of, oh, he's got dyslexia. He didn't, I don't remember all the stuff he was saying about him. People don't listen to that. They just listen to the part of, oh, look, Trump, he's crazy. So, I don't know, but I swear to God, he just wanted to say he's new scum. Because that's what we got. So he went back and got another drink. And he's got all this, like, foam all over his face. It looks like he's got this foam mustache and beard. Like a kid who goes down in the bubbles and then comes up and they got this facial hair bubbles. Oh, here he comes. Oh, no. Okay, sit over there. You already jacked that up. So, I swear to God, it's just like, cleaning up blood, cleaning up spit, slimy spit stuff all the time. So, anyways, I don't know. And now it's the 17th. It's like, and supposedly the money thing's supposed to crash at the end of this month. But Jesus Christ, we've heard this so many times. And it does become where, nobody believes you, and it starts being like hard to even believe yourself. But my soul is relentless. It doesn't let go of some of this stuff. Like even on some of the things like, well, you're going to meet this person. And it's like, okay, well, I haven't yet. It's like, yeah, but you're going to. It's like, yeah, but everything is like this time, this whole thing about time. And, but really, I guess what the time is giving us is time to learn and grow. Sometimes, though, whatever you're going through, it's like, what am I supposed to be getting from this? What am I supposed to be learning and growing from this? And I don't know. That's where I'm at, kind of. Like, what am I supposed to be getting from this, what I'm going through? And all I know is what I'm getting from it is exhaustion. But maybe that's where a big thing is about learning how to take care of yourself and not just let everybody just drain you all the time and letting things go. Like, I know I need to walk the walk when it comes to Stella, when I'm sitting here saying, like, they don't really leave you. But God, loss is so deep. It is such a deep pain. to lose like your best friend, your kid, for some people, their parents. Like I've seen people just tore up when their parents die, and it's I think most of us think like, well, if somebody loses a kid, they're gonna be real tore up. But yeah, I've seen people real tore up over losing their parents. So all loss, when you're losing your best friend, it is a deep pain. And I have to remind myself, like, she's not really leaving me forever. It's not like we're not going to be together again. It's not like she may, just turn around and come right back. She could come back to me as a friend. She could come back to me as, a child. Because that's one thing, too, is, like, a lot of us, we think, like, oh, we're 60, 70, 80 years old. We're not going to have any more kids. But when they turn things around, then yeah, I think there's gonna be people having kids at 200. I don't think it's going to be like, oh yeah, you have these couple of years. I think the even in those few years where people are like, well, these are my baby making years, I gotta hurry, and I need to hurry and find a partner, I need to hurry and have kids and stuff like that. It will be, no, we're gonna switch up more to people in that era of their life is more of a self-discovery, not just to try and go and hook up with somebody and then have a family and then be in this struggle. I think even having kids is going to become more of a different kind of bond, of a different thing that people will do. And it's not going to just be like, I don't know, it's like so many things that we live like now, and we look at it as just normal. It's gonna switch. There's gonna be so many things that are gonna switch, and I definitely think how we go about having kids and family and stuff like that is gonna have a shift. And I definitely think that if we're living to be hundreds of years old, maybe even thousands, then I definitely think that we're going to look at like the first few decades as being, you don't need to start that right then. It's going to be different. So, yeah, that's how I look at it. But, so, I don't know when this is all going to occur, when we're going to get the med bed, when we're going to get the crash on the money. I hope it's by the end of this month. And so for them to be saying about the X and the R and the P, but then they went through that a few months back where they said it was about to go and they were all going to be rich. But they're saying that again right now. And it does align with the lady who said that the real med beds will be out at the beginning of beginning of April. And so I don't know. And I don't know if there's going to be this big, huge event where a whole bunch of people get hurt and killed, and then that's why they roll it out. And, if they're, I don't know. I mean, it seems odd that they would sit there and say, oh yeah, a meteor just flew by. That's what shaking your house and making this loud sound. My nose is running too. So it just seems absurd, but everything is so absurd here. Just like, where's my tissue? It's absurd. I swear to God, I just had it. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. My nose just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. So anyways, I'm always kind of trying to see like what dates align, but they've aligned a few times, and then we just go right past them. And that's where some of these people, they just think like, no way, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's like, and to me, it's like, well, if you were paying attention to the stuff happening in the world through a different perspective, looking at it like it's happening for this reason instead of whatever it is you think these things are happening for, then you would start seeing the signs. It's not like just making it up. There's signs out there. I mean, even in the Nisargadatta thing that they had said what they had to do, and they're doing it. They had to take down all of these dictators and stuff like that. They had to get rid of them in order to bring this in, and it has to do with the liberation of the humans. And we're watching that occur. Like, it's going down right in front of us. And so then to think like, well, it has nothing to do with that, that just doesn't make any sense to me. And yeah, whatever supposedly is that we are going to be the last to, and maybe it's just we watch and pay attention. Maybe it's, I don't know, because I told my brothers, well, you're not going to be one of those people then when stuff happens and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh yeah, I knew that would happen. And he said, no, I'll definitely say I didn't see that coming. Because I've seen so many people now after, especially if you're somebody who is out there telling people, oh, this is real, that's real, Bigfoot's real, the aliens are real and all that stuff. And people have just made fun of you. And now all these people, are out there, oh yeah, I knew it was real. And it's like, well, that's convenient. So did you not ever try and tell people? You just decided once the news says it that you'll just jump on board? It's like, what? I just think it's just like such a huge part of like the personality disorders of this world. It's like, oh, I'm not going to put myself out there. I'm not going to say it. But then once everybody else says it, then I'm going to say I knew it all along. It's like, I don't know. It just seems weird to me. And there will be. I mean, already I see video after video of people, saying things that it's like, well, why didn't you say it before? Why are you saying it now? And then I know there was lots of people, there was lots of people out there saying, what was going on the islands, what these rich people do. And, but say like, like people like me. And we're out there saying, well, they're vampires and they're people from other places. And it gets people all bent out of shape. But again, that would be the same thing as like if the cows decided the humans had to go because we've been eating cows too long. It's like, we're just part of the food chain. And these beings are more advanced than us. So they just look at us as supper. And just like what we do. It's like you can't have it both ways. But anyways, it sounds so crazy to a lot of people, but then it's like some of these people just turn around and then start saying, that's what they have known the whole time. It's like I don't know. It's like why not just be honest and for real and just say, or, if you say, well, I thought that maybe, but I wanted to stay hidden because I didn't want people to make fun of me. So I just kept my mouth shut, but I knew it. It's like, well, when we all know something and we all stand for it, then we stand together. And then that's what creates change. When there's people just trying to hide because they don't want someone to make fun of them, then that's not creating the change. It's not supporting the other people who are saying it. Because I swear to God, some of these people have laughed at people in the crowd who have said this stuff and have laughed and made fun of them behind their backs. And now they're turning around and being like hypocrites. So anyways, but the more that we all say the crazy stuff is real, the more that the people who are in denial of it will start to see. It's just like the people who are, the liberal people who think that they are the majority. And I don't know if it was the whole Joe thing that gave them this idea, but they think they're the majority. It doesn't matter how many times they put the numbers out there, how many times that they have said, it's like 3/4 of the population put that guy in. Even when they were trying to CHEAT again, they couldn't, just like Hillary. I mean, that was her big thing. is because they did not see how he could get so many people on his side, and when they did, they had underestimated their cheat situation, and so then she started saying he cheated. It's like, no, you did, and then you still didn't win. That's how much people want change. People don't are sick of the same new scum. It's just a new scum, a new day. And I know a lot of people think he is, but when you really start paying attention to what he's saying and stuff, he's just like us. He's just the same as us. Like, we would all be on there calling the guy new scum too. We wouldn't be, out there just with our smile and our suit on and trying to just win. Well, at the same time, we're taking it in the back end and trying to act like that we are better than, like we're the top echelon or something. He calls people out all the time. He's obnoxious. He seems so much more like somebody on the building site, building buildings. You can see him out there joking around with the construction workers, laughing, talking shit. That's how I see him more, just being just regular. And so a lot of people could see that side of him. And a lot of people saw it way before I did, because I didn't see it for a while. And a lot of people did. And that's why he has so many followers. These people think like no, they just put him there because they're all a bunch of racist, homophobe, pedos and stuff like that. It's like, no, that's not at all. He's going up against this agenda, going up against this stuff, and he is just regular person, a regular person who had a lot of money. Like that's a big thing, because I do try and push that over, hate all the rich people and stuff like that. But that's still a generalized stereotype. It's like there's good and bad in everything. And, and I don't know that he's never done a bad thing in his life. We've all done bad things in our lives, and not even in this one life. We've done bad things in lots of lives. So it's not just, well, he did something bad back there in 1992. It's like, so did I. Like, we all done dumbass shit. That's what. So to sit there and say, well, he's not allowed to, that's judgmental. And then to think that he's just the same as everybody else, that's stereotyping. That's generalizing. And I think he shows who he is a lot of the time. And he isn't sitting there trying to pass laws so that, kids can give consent at 10 years old and stuff. He's fighting against that with these people. And grown men can take child brides and all of their stuff that they were trying to do. He goes up against all that stuff. So he isn't even on the... there's a big thing, too, with the doctors who were cutting people up, little kids up. And I've seen a lot of these transitions, and it's sad, super sad, that what they, some of these doctors would do to kids, and it was all for money. They were getting such huge kickbacks and stuff. So that's they're going down, and he had even said about that they would be going down, but they're going down. And so that's not him saying I don't like gay people or trans people are evil or something. He's saying the people who are out there setting this agenda and getting people to think, because their kid has confusion or something at some stage of their development, and little boys, want to wear dresses or something when they're little, and that means go chop them up and put them on drugs and stuff. It's like, no. You got to, whoops, sorry, dude. You got to take it into account about the spirit. Your spirit it doesn't have a gender. And then they're constantly trying to push people to choose one. It's like, but you don't have one when you really get down to it. Your experience has the gender role. And a lot of people, which it seems to me, apparently clear, is that a lot of people get confused when they go into the like the monkey suit of a gender, and they start having to play a role, and they start feeling like, wait, this doesn't feel right. I don't feel like I'm this. I feel like I'm something else. And because you are, part of your experience is to try and fit in, is that. And a lot of people have played certain ones over and over and over again. So say you've been in life after life after life after life. So let's say you've done 1,000 or something, and every time you were playing a man, it's not like it doesn't have to be like an equal thing, I don't think. But let's just say you played a man 100 times in a row, and then you come into this one, and now you're getting it from the female perspective, these different lessons. Now you're going to see it from a different way. And so when you come in and you start living that experience, you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm in the wrong body or something. I don't feel right. And when parents have more of a notion about reincarnation and the soul has no gender, it could help the kid be able to understand, well, you've been playing a man for a long time and now you're here to play a woman. And so, it's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel like you're in the wrong body. It's not going to make sense. And so I think a lot of people that they were able to push on that were because they have played so many of one in a row that when they came in to switch, they didn't feel right. They just felt wrong. And those of us who just feel right, maybe, it's because we've gone back and forth more times or something. Or maybe we played a woman a whole bunch of times, and now we're back as a woman. And so we're real comfortable. We're just like, yeah, we're comfortable. We're good. But we have to really understand that some people really aren't. But when we go deeper into the spiritual meaning of that, it would be because that you're not classified as a gender in your soul. And you just play roles. And you just go through experiences, and you have to see them from all different perspectives. So it totally makes sense. But then in this unethical, lack of spirituality world, then you have these medical professionals who are just like, oh, we'll fix it for you. We're just going to go chop you up a little bit. And that's where when you move up to the puppet masters, they know, they understand. They're just profiting off of it. They're just trying to sell confusion because they make money off of it. And so that's completely unethical, just like everything else in this world is. Everything the corporation is built on. I saw somebody talking about like all the food, you can go buy this and that. And then when you start realizing, there's, toxins, let's say, in every single thing. And then you start realizing it's like 5 corporations, 5 places make everything. So even though they go under a whole bunch of different names, a lot of times too, they'll come up with a witty, natural name too on some of them. So they could be selling all the different products. Just like when you think about Nestle's or Quaker or different ones like that, but those ones can also be ordered or owned by another one. So you think, oh, well, if I get the Nestle, it's probably better than the Quaker. But really, if they're owned by the same people, it's the same stuff in there. So it's not, they just it's an illusion that they put out under all this branding. And it's all, if they were really branding it, it would be like, only there's few corporations who own everything. But they want to give the illusion, because even in the illusion, they can have the cheap product and the higher end, but have it be the same exact stuff. So you want this name, so you're going to pay this much money, but you're buying the same stuff. The cheaper one is, because it's owned by the same people. So it's wacky. It's just like this stupid shit with the insurance company and stuff. So the corporation is so unethical. All of the practices and everything in our existence has been based on like the negative current, the unethical, immoral, use and abuse. And then in order for us not to fight back, they have to deplete us of our energy and deplete us of our self-esteem and keep us in the dark so that we are just complicit to whatever their agenda is. And so, anyways, but that's what I see him all the time trying to point stuff out and break it down. But the other people just see it as like, oh, he's so crazy. He's so crazy. So, I don't know. We got a lot of things for a lot of people to wake up to. And I don't know what big thing is going to happen. This all of a sudden, I mean, when you talk to people and they're so in denial. And there was one of these things. And there's been a bunch. But I think this one was in Austin. And you see all the people. And there's been some at the malls, all sorts of things. I've seen tons of videos. But this one is a trampoline place, I think. And all of the people are running. And it's just like... Which is also weird that they would be at a mall doing that. Because I've seen so many people doing videos at the malls. And the malls are all empty. There's like so many malls that there's no people at anymore. And but in any of these places where these people come, then all the people are just out there just living their life, just like nothing's going on. And it's weird even on TikTok, because you go through a video of some horrible disaster thing, and the next one's like a girl talking about this hairspray. And look at this pretty dress I got. You can get one too. It's just like sell, sell, sell. It's like, when do you guys turn it off? When do you say, ooh, there's a lot of shit happening. Let's just take it back a notch. Let's focus our energy, which they're supposed to be, I think on the 21st, a mass. I think they're calling it a prayer or meditation or something. So, and I think it's the 21st. But, I mean, we need to just every day just keep trying to stay positive and just trying to get through what we're trying to get through and process whatever it is, how we feel and everything. And trying to stay positive. Like, we should do it every day. But they were trying to get all the people to focus this one day, so it's a mass focus, so it creates change and stuff. So I don't know, because to me, whatever's going to happen is not going to just be a bunch of people prayed and then we didn't have to experience everything and the humans just grew and changed. It's like, no, something big is going to happen that's going to create the change. It's going to create a wave of change in this world. Things are not going to stay the same, because look at what people would stay the same. We just still have all these people who just go about their business just robotically. There's got to be some big shift, some big thing that happens. And I don't think it's just going to be the money thing, because we still have this total indulgent kind of aspect in our society. I mean, Jesus Christ, if all of a sudden they just gave all these people money, you'd have so many people just run into the plastic surgeon so they can look like a Kardashian. And right now it's coming out too that that they owned a church. And how many of these rich people who are all these, the lovers of Satan or whatever they are, the Baal people or whatever, have owned churches. And but that is like a big tax write-off thing too. It's just a big fucking part of this whole laundry scam system, scheming bullshit. But yeah, all of a sudden people got a bunch of money. They'd run down and trying to fix everything on the outside. Go buy a fancy car. Go buy $1,000 of aloe clothes. Go down, get your doctor to do some lipo and lift your face and do whatever. That's what people, because that's the world that we live in. And something's got to shake it up. Something big's got to be where people stop looking at that stuff as being important and stop looking at people who are surgically enhanced as the ones that we all need to try and look like. It's like it's very misleading. It's like, you too, for $100,000 can look just like her. It's like, why do we even want to? It's like, why don't we just want to learn how to love ourselves, love our own face, love our own, yeah, that's the real key. That's the money, that's where you want to put is learning about accepting yourself, and loving yourself, being yourself, not trying to be somebody else, not trying to look like somebody else. And so, yeah, our society is very broken and it shows its ugly head all the time. And so it just, seems something big's got to happen. And that's what I was told way back in 2016. So something big's got to happen to rock our world, to get us to really change at our core, to really connect to our soul, which would be your core. So to really connect to yourself in a deeper way and not be so superficial and shallow. And it's so accepted here. This whole stereotyping and generalizing, putting people in groups and stuff. And it's like, but I know that they taught that because it was a part of creating division and racism and stuff like that. So people are just very, you go in that box, you go in that box, you go in that box. And it's weird too, is because as this stuff occurs, people are vibrating outside of their box. So the vibration is changing. So people are coming out of their box and people are going to start connecting on their vibration. So the vibration is going to start being what people connect on instead of these topics. It's like these like A, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 1, 2, whatever that's called. And so what we have been doing is going into these like structured kind of groups. And they even created groups and created like LGBT, and create that stuff to pull in and say, hey, this is your people, this is your people. And then the one group will try and be like, hey, this is your group and we're here for you and we're going to do this, that, and the other in order to elevate your group. And then and the people then feel like this it's like this creating this mission, in this kind of what is that, like, not judgmental, but like, I'm in the right group, like these people are on our side, so they create that. But what they're really trying to create is they're not there for anybody. Like, that's a farce. What they're really just trying to create is to get you to join a group, and so that they can get us to separate and focus on our group and be at odds with people who aren't in your group because they think different than you. And that so that makes them wrong and you right. And so their agenda is all about the creation of division. And so that's why you got to break through these barriers and these biases so that you can understand people as individuals. And as we do that, that's where, we're going to start all vibrating and coming together through our vibration, through our frequency, and not through labels of, because it's kind of like a lab, we want this group here with group A, group B, group D, which that's even a part of their whole thing with Gen X, millennial, the group, the Z's, I think now, because they think they did Generation X, which that one is a huge introduction of the parents not being in the house, the huge introduction of drugs, perms, because perms destroy your hair, which is your antenna, and the partying and drugs, separation and family. So, and then what happened to those kids, and then what they do when they go have kids. And so then the next group And so then, because they had nobody there for them, then they started coddling their kids. They didn't want their kids to feel any pain because they're trying to heal their trauma through their kids, and even though that's not their kids' experience, so that backfired. So you have all these like bratty kids, and then and so then they go from the millennials start having kids, and I don't even know what they're going to call them yet. I don't think they've started school yet. But but then you have the alphas and the Gen Zs, and I think the Gen Zs come after the millennials. I think it's Gen Alpha is the one that's the teenagers right now, and they could be by the younger millennials. So it could be some Gen X's or the grandparents of the alphas, because I've got Gen Alpha. I think that's what they're called, the alphas of teenagers, and but that's the generation where they got them where they want them, and so all of this way of this, lackluster development and dependence on AI and division of the separation and generational division that is very comfortable for them and stuff. So it's all a part of their plan. And I think that's why Alpha, the beginning of their new crop, and then what would be led after that, because then that's when they can just start rewriting history again, which I just saw a lady talking about his book she found that was written in 1913 or something. And they were talking about not cataclysm, not catamaran, let's forget this. Let's find this real quick. Oh yeah, Amy sent it to me. The one girl who was on Love Island who was showing her mental illness, she's gone over the top again. Now she's getting, so there's news on her thing. Okay, here it is. Listen to this.
This is another book from 1913, Our National Calamity of Fire, Flood, and Tornado, Thrilling Stories with Photographs and Sketches. This is considered a prospectus, which is a salesman's sample. This was first-hand news, and they would release bits and pieces and not the entire book to kind of show people what the full book is going to look like. In just a week's time, there was fire, flood, tornadoes, and a blizzard. It stretched from Illinois all the way to New England. Many believe these floods and tornadoes were a warning or a cleansing. The fact that it took place on Easter Sunday was seen by many as highly symbolic. In the rural regions of southern Illinois and Indiana, accounts from the Great Calamity often mention reports of blue and greenish glows seen during the storm in the sky. They thought they were omen lights in the sky. The author uses several descriptions of eerie atmospheric phenomena and electrical displays that survivors in the Midwest interpreted as supernatural or omen-like. He spoke of electrical discharges as continuous walls of light and aurora-like glows. Sign up for the full-size book and pricing are located in the back of the book. If you see
So, yeah, what we're experiencing right now, even in those same places, what they're experiencing. Their storm was supposed to really get really bad yesterday and today. No, today's the 17th. So it was supposed to be really bad yesterday on the East Coast. But for them to have all those same things and them to say that there was weird lights in the sky and stuff, that's weird. and then see, because of where they weren't looking at it the same, where they were consciously. They weren't looking at it. They thought it was just, weird omen or something like that. Where we now, in our state of consciousness, it's like, there's other beings up there, there's blue beam, there's the firmament, there's the screen where they create this world or something. Like it's, we all look at it different now. So now we see, there's manipulation going on. Back then, they didn't realize it. So, anyways, there's all of that stuff. What was the other one she sent me? Oh, this was interesting.
Named Christopher, depicted as a dog-headed person. Officially, if you were to go onto like Google and ask, why is St. Christopher depicted as a dog-headed person, you will see some silliness like this, likely stemming from a mistranslation of the Latin term caninus.
I just realized that they'll copyright that song, so I can't put that on there. But anyways, this one's talking about the dog-headed people. And then there's also, I saw one talking about the bluffs. And those are the ones whose faces were down here on their chest. And they, so all these strange beings and creatures are all real. They're all just different souls and different experiences. Nobody is what they represent. That's just that's just your experience. That's what you're coming in to experience. And it's just a big part of this experience here right now of all of these different beings coming here to experience being human, but to also elevate being human. And so, anyways, that's what, it's all about. You got to learn how to elevate yourself. And, so it's all the stuff I say all the time, and all the things happening are to help you. And so even though it can feel like it's all just out to get you, but we are under spiritual attack too. It's draining. Like, you just gotta, learn to take care of yourself, go with the flow, and not get beat down by all this stuff happening. And I'm not even talking about the stuff happening outside of my own four walls. It's just like, it's just a lot. And then plus to have, feel like crap during it all, like every time you move your head's hurting, your body hurts. It's hard to walk, the whole thing. So anyways, but the most important thing is working on yourself and learning how to love yourself, learn how to love everybody else, and learning how to maneuver through this stuff, not let it take you over, to be able to witness it, but not let it consume you. So, because you're going to learn from the witnessing, you're going to learn from what others are showing us. So, that's the benefit of it. But anyway, so we'll see what today is our our learning agenda for the day, what we're here to experience, and then we'll talk about tomorrow. So, I'll talk to you later. Bye.